see more and more women drinking alcohol after they put the kids to bed because they feel they need it in order to just make sense of the world, to just relax for one moment because it is so intense, right? So what's the invitation here? Well, one, men, we need to step the fuck up. We really do need to step the fuck up. And I'm just talking about myself in my 2 marriages, without a shadow of a doubt. Tea in hand, we're good to go. She was a high achiever, the kind who crushed deadlines, carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, and still made it to wineoclock. Not because she loved the taste, not because she wanted to get drunk, but because for 5 fucking minutes, she wanted to feel something else. If you're a woman or love a woman who's pouring a glass to take the edge off, today we're going to talk about what's really going on behind that pour. Because it's not about willpower, it's about pressure, identity, biology, trauma, culture, and a lie so deeply embedded in society, it's sold to you in a pink bottle wrapped in a bow that says self-care. Let's talk about what's really happening behind the rise of feminine drinking and what we can do about it. Welcome to the 1000 Days Sober podcast. My name is LeeDavy. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who lives a self-led life, alcohol-free as fuck. And I spend every waking moment of that life helping other people do the same. There was a time not that long ago when the pub was a man's world. But now women drink almost as much as men. In some age groups, even more. And I've been reading recently that it's on the rise. But here's the thing. The harm isn't equal at all. Women drinking the same amount as men does more damage to her body. She's more likely to end up in hospital, more likely to die of liver failure, more likely to develop breast cancer, even from just 1 glass a day. And yet society claps her on the back and says, you know what? You deserve this. What changed? We did. Women fought for autonomy. They entered boardrooms, earned more, delayed having kids, took on more. And the alcohol industries saw an opportunity. They gave her rosé in a slimline can, cocktails with collagen, wine nights with slogans like, because kids. They didn't just sell her a drink, they sold her permission. Permission to cope, to feel sexy, bold, and most importantly, to forget. And because she was already juggling 1,000 roles, daughter, boss, partner, mother, peacekeeper, alcohol became her shortcut to peace, power, or connection. But here's what they didn't tell her. Her body can't process it in the same way. Her mental health makes her more vulnerable. Her trauma history makes her more likely to self-medicate. And over time, her glass of wine becomes a leash. Now we're going to take a short break. I'm going to have a drawer of my tea. But before we do, I want to ask you something. What are you really reaching for when you pour that drink? Is it rest, relief, rebellion, romance? Hold that question and we will be right back. Welcome back to the 1000 Days Sober podcast. Before the break, we were talking about the rise of female drinking and what's fueling it. Let's talk about what to do with this awareness. At Strive, we say alcohol isn't the problem. Alcohol is a proxy. It mimics what you really want. You want confidence? Reach for vodka. You want connection? Sip wine with friends. Want to feel beautiful, free, uninhibited? Alcohol promises all of that. But it's a trick, a cheap magic trick that wears off fast. What you're really craving is your feminine energy, your capacity to feel, to flow, to express. Or maybe your masculine energy, the part of you that wants to protect, to act, to feel safe, in control. Alcohol doesn't give you these energies, it hijacks them. And every time you outsource them to a substance, you weaken your ability to access them yourself. One of the things I found in my own history of being with women who've had children and being around women who have children is very often, we talked about this in previous podcasts, the polarity crashes in a relationship, particularly when you have kids. It's like there's a man holding the masculine pole, woman holding the feminine pole, and all of a sudden we have kids, and the man just does a runner. Like he can't cope with having children. He doesn't know what to do. He spends all the time he can in work, and the woman just takes on more and more and more and more of the burden. And you see more and more women drinking alcohol after they put the kids to bed because they feel they need it in order to just make sense of the world, to just relax for one moment because it's so intense, right? So what's the invitation here? Well, two, one, men, we need to step the fuck up. We really do need to step the fuck up. And I'm just talking about myself in my 2 marriages. Without a shadow of a doubt, I left most of the stuff to do in life to my partners because I couldn't cope. I mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually checked out and hid away from my wife and my children and just dove deep into work, right? Which really put a lot of pressure on them. And then when you are around, if you haven't done the work, if you haven't done the practice and you're in that little boy energy, they're married to a little boy. So all of a sudden, you're not a help, you're a hindrance, you're a burden. So men, step the fuck up. Women, get to know the parts of you who drink alcohol to cope. Honor the truth behind the desire, which is likely suppressing the feminine. I mean, that's not the desire, but that's what the alcohol is doing. The desire is to actually get into the feminine, to honor that, right? Let's not fake masculinity. Let's just start living from self. Because when you learn to access your energy without alcohol, you stop drinking from this place of lack and you start living from a place of wholeness. There is a beautiful, powerful woman inside of you, a beautiful, powerful woman full of feminine energy, masculine energy. And you can handle a lot, but you could handle so much more if you just drop the alcohol. You really could. I know it's really difficult. I know it's really tough, but you can do this, okay? All right, today's daily vow. Today, I will not drink because I refuse to outsource my power. I will not pour wine to find confidence. I will not sip cocktails to feel connected. I will choose to meet my needs with love, not lies. Alcohol isn't feminine or feminist. It's a cage disguised as a celebration. You don't need booze to be bold. You don't need a beer to be brave. Everything you seek in a bottle, you already have in here. You just need to remember how to reach it without numbing the very parts of you that make you whole. Reflections today, dear strivers. When you drink, what energy are you chasing? Masculine or feminine? What part of you reaches for the glass? And what might it need instead? And finally, are you a woman or do you have a woman in your life? What help do you need? Reach out, ask for it. There is somebody out there like me, like fellow strivers, who can see you, hear you, and make you feel like you really matter. Okay, thank you for listening today. That's all I have time for. I'm off to work to do some TV production stuff. If this episode stirred something inside of you, please leave a review, share it with someone that you love. Make sure you subscribe to the show. And if you're ready to explore why you drink alcohol, and you don't have to stop, just need to explore, then get over to www.thestrivemethod.com and join our waiting list for the Strive Method, or download our fabulous ebook, The Liquid Light Unveiled. Okay, until tomorrow, much love. Remember, you do not have to drink today. You've got the power in here, right? Trust yourself. Much love, everybody, and strive on.